Welcome to episode 36 of Talking Small Press Comics with Steve Keeter and me, Larned Justin. As a little note, now be sure and stay tuned right after Steve and I sign off if you're still awake. And we have a little feature after that that you might want to watch. Other than that, we are jam-packed with comics today, right?
Yeah, we really got a lot of stuff.
We got all kinds of stuff.
You know, like last year, towards the end of the last year, like everybody was taking a break. I mean, like it's like we were waiting and waiting and waiting, but now everybody's publishing. I don't know, something happened. Everybody get their Christmas money or something, and they paid to publish. But I'm telling
anyway, we got lots.
A lot. And I'm getting messages that there are a lot more stuff to come.
Oh boy, okay.
I'm not going to play. I just wanted to show off my acoustic guitar one more time.
Very nice.
My acoustic electric. I'll play this many chords.
Okay.
That was kind of sad, right? Listen. We didn't get a lot of zines last year, but a new year is here. And we have hope for a lot of small press comics. Ask Larned, he'll tell you. Larned, what do you think? It's going to be a good year. Oh, one more chord.
That's how I sing.
That's for darn sure.
Yep.
Okay, just hey. Get that off my chest. Larned pointed out, we just hooked up here the last few minutes, but he has on a red shirt and I have on a red shirt, and this is
See
destiny.
that? How about that?
It has something to do with destiny. Clearly, it's cold where Larned is at. He's got on the hat and.
I have a hat and a sweatshirt. He's got a T-shirt. So I'm in Missouri where it's 30 degrees. And you're in Florida where it's what?
It was in the 40s last night, but now it's in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, too bad.
This shirt is from Rome, Italy.
Oh, okay. Roma, as a matter of fact. Roma.
The lady of the house, the lady of the house, the landlady who lives in the house, but she went overseas to Europe, and she brought this back from Italy. She gave everybody shirts, and I like it.
Oh yes, very nice, very nice.
Red like fire. It suits my fiery personality.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what you got first?
I'll tell you what. Let's start right off.
Okay.
Right off with Bad.
Bad. Okay, let's get that out.
Okay. Bad magazine.
This is number 4, and I think he's got number 5 almost done, ready to go.
Yeah, I already saw an ad for number 5.
Yeah. It's amazing the amount of work.
And Alan Freeman are knocking these things out left and right, man.
Yeah, but they're so detailed, and there's so much in them. I don't know how they do it. I can't even imagine. But this one is advertising. See that? Advertising. So this has all kinds of spoofs on every kind of ad you can think of.
Not as big as the last issue. The last issue was 200 pages.
Right.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah.
Like 100 pages, isn't it?
This one is at least 70.
80 pages?
Maybe 80 pages, yeah.
It's got a cameo in here. Cameo. If you look right here, it says, let me see what it says. The Night Crew at Bad Mag in 1999. A portrait of Stephen Keeter hangs on the wall. Did you see this?
Let me know. I didn't see it. And that's you?
It's supposed to be me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're right below it. Look right below it. That's more you. Right below the picture.
Right below that?
Look at the guy below the picture.
Yeah, the guy below looks like me.
Looks like you. Yeah.
That might be me. Well, that's 1999. I mean, obviously, Bad Magazine has been around for like 50 years, according to these guys.
Yeah, okay, because this says 1999 as this picture was taken. And I don't see Dan Burke or Alan Freeman in the picture.
Yeah, and they go through my years at Bad Magazine. This is crazy. Okay, I don't know.
Oh, that drawing. This is what Mad Magazine has done. So he did a parody of it. Yeah.
So you're
look at the work in there.
Page. And they go through all the years, and you can see this tremendous staff that they have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're jammed.
Staff that they had way back then, and they're going by year by year by year, and showing pictures of their tremendous staff from.
And here's
65.
2023. The staff has kind of dwindled a bit.
Like it's Dan by himself.
All alone.
Yeah, and he's on Midjourney. One guy. You don't need all those guys anymore.
No, not when you use Midjourney.
And that's what this book is. This
is just all kinds of crazy.
Pretty much equal parts Dan Burke and Alan Freeman.
Yeah.
And it's totally Midjourney. There's a lot of startling artwork in this. Startling stuff. This is an incredible, beautiful.
Then there's an actual comic in here. Beside the spoof ads, there's this comic.
The Steven Seagal thing. Yeah, and I haven't kept up on Steven Seagal. This is a recurring joke in the issue. This is old fat Steven Seagal.
Yeah, right.
And it's based on something, Mercenary Sheep Impact 2 Maximum Kill Farce.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a kind of a compilation of all his crazy movies that he did.
What they got, Steven Seagal, who was, well, you know, he's this action hero and everything. Wasn't one of the, you know, the greatest thespians of all time or anything, but in here he can pretty much, he just sits around. I mean, you know, he's big and fat, and he just
kind of heavy. Yeah,
he takes out the bad guys by just whacking them from behind.
Yeah, he just whacks them from a distance.
Yeah,
as you can see right there. Whack. Oh my God.
Well,
a float of my ex-wife.
A float of his ex-wife right there.
Yeah.
So that gets him upset.
That's part of the parade that's going on here.
You know, and you'll see a lot of the sexy type stuff in the issue, because that shows you where Dan's mind and Alan's minds are. They're you know, they're out there in this. So.
And here is another view of Steven Seagal.
It looks just like him.
And that's Midjourney.
75 extra pounds, at least 70, maybe 100 extra pounds packed on.
That's what you can do with that Midjourney if you know what you're doing. If you
know what? I mean, I still love like Dan's artwork.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
But Dan's actual artwork is so good.
Yep.
He's so talented, and you know, I mean, yeah, he doesn't actually need Midjourney. So this is something that they're doing. I think he and Alan are having fun with this. It's obvious that their output is tremendous. They're putting out a lot of stuff very quickly. So these are really having fun with this.
I don't even see how you could do Midjourney like this quickly. It's a tremendous amount of work to get it to look like that.
I'm sure it's a lot of work.
Yeah. This is Tex Wayne uses Tex testosterone.
Tex testosterone. It was an ad. Tex testosterone. That's the best.
Tex Wayne uses it.
Comes from Texas. The best testosterone comes from Texas, you guys. Just so you know.
Yep.
I think even Santa Claus sampled this stuff. Elsewhere, there's a rumble at the North Pole.
Oh yeah.
A wrestling match between Santa Claus and someone else. This is the back of the issue. The people are rumble at the North Pole. Welcome friends from all over the world. The fight of the year right now. They are chanting his name. Santa, 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 Santa. The big man enters the squared circle, and he looks like he means business. They say he has been eating nothing but milk and cookies for months. So he gets into the ring with this other guy. A lot of bad blood here. And there they This is not Santa the way you ever imagined him before, okay?
Right, right.
Santa, he means business this time, and there we go.
Whack. Wow.
Yeah, we got a fight between Santa and it's a boxing match, like boxing, right? So, yeah. And
there's a bat guy, homeless bat guy.
Homeless bat guy.
Yeah.
Now, the artwork there is beautiful.
I mean, look at that. Homeless bat guy.
I think Alan did that one.
Did he? Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, on the side, if you look on the side, on the very end right there, it'll show you. And if you turn the page sideways.
Oh, I see. Alan did that one, yeah.
It took a while to figure that out, but sometimes it shows who did it. And Alan did that one.
These are paintings, though, by Norman Stonewell.
Norman Stonewell.
Yeah. Pick your year, homeless calendars. These are homeless calendars, and you can get that guy.
But the thing is, this is gorgeous artwork.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
Almost poignant, except that it's parody. It's satire.
Yeah, it's all parody. Very funny.
You know, what if Batman was homeless?
Yeah. Look
poor
how
guy,
he would look.
Sorry for him when you see like that. You know, the poor guy. He's got no place to go.
No place, and there he is.
Who
knew? There's some cars. Oops, cars. Of the future. Futuristic cars.
I mean, there's so much stuff in here. I mean,
it takes you forever to read this.
And okay, in keeping with the fat hero theme, we have Fat Superman in here. You're on a different. You got Fat Wonder Woman.
Fat Wonder, and you got Fat Superman. There right? They are.
The perfect combo.
Yep.
Fat Superman.
Princess on her biggest adventure yet. And I can believe that's her biggest adventure. Wonder Gal.
Yep.
Wonder Gal.
Here she goes. She is packing on the pounds to stop evil and save barbecue ribs.
Aha. Okay. Well, you got to get it to look at all the stuff we can't show you. We don't want to show you everything in there because then why would you get it?
But we couldn't. There's so much.
We have showed you just a little tiny bit of what's in here. This thing is jam-packed with craziness. Complete.
The first time I read through it, I'm going. I have to read through. I have to read these twice. Every time they put one of these, first time I'm going through, going.
Oh my gosh!
What? Because it's so out there.
Yeah.
The second time I read through it, I'm going like, oh, this is really funny.
Oh, absolutely.
After I've gotten through trying to figure out what the heck, then I see the really funny stuff. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Oh my gosh. We could show you all kinds, but then you would have no reason to buy this. And now, let's see here. This costs, I forgot what it costs.
Free.
No, it's not. But it's number 4.
You probably sent me Dan.
I think they said, oh boy, no, I don't know. Here's what it costs. Just use your barcode reader.
That's right.
Because I don't know what it costs. I forgot.
Oh, it says 49. No, that's
no. That's not it.
That's an ad. That's an ad. That's not the cost. It's not.
No.
I think it's like $20.
It's gotta be.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry.
We didn't do our homework on this one.
Yeah, I know he said, but I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, I think it's about $20. Contact us, folks, and we'll send you the info. And,
Anyway, that is one crazy book, and so well done. I mean,
oh, I gotta say about that cover, and this is by Alan Freeman.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
Yep.
And once again,
Harley Quinn.
That's computer generated through speech.
This one looks
through text. I mean, you type what you want.
It looks like a lot like Alan on his own, but I guess it's.
Well, it does. Yeah.
So, I don't know how these guys do this stuff. We're both old school. Larned and I are old school.
I tried it, but I didn't do much.
Yeah, we haven't figured this stuff out yet. Give us another 50 years, we'll figure it out. By then, you guys will be way off somewhere else doing holograms.
Anyway, that is some book. Wow.
That's a beautiful. Now, I did want to say, and this is not knocking anybody, and you know, I already told Dan. Larned got his copy. They sent them directly from the publisher. Now, I got to say, I forget who the publisher is.
It's through Amazon is where they come from. I don't know who.
Before that, the actual people who did the printing.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
They, you know, they put it in a machine. The pages are giant and they're folded. And you cut off. They go through a cutter. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Pastes this together. Does it all. But they forgot to cut off the bottom edge of my copy.
Really?
Just a rare thing that happened. I mean, you know, when you're doing these.
So what'd you do? Cut it off by hand?
No, I went through they were all stuck together. At the bottom,
oh,
together. So
I see what you mean.
Cutter, and I had to cut.
Yeah, every page. Oh, wow.
This is unlikely to happen to anyone else. This is just a side
note. No, but probably Dan and Alan should know that did happen. You know.
Yeah, I told Dan. So if it happens again, they should fuss at the printer.
Yeah, right.
Fuss at them, but still, I got a great book. I'm not complaining.
No.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
So
thanks for sending it. I hope we can promote it enough that you can get a few sales out of it.
Yeah. Well, you guys,
through us.
Look, I want to say this Mid-Journey stuff is great. Like I told you, I'm old school, right? Both of you guys are incredibly talented artists and writers and stuff. I've been following Dan Burke for all these years. I've been
Alan, yeah.
Since he was doing Slam Bang decades ago and stuff. And this is a fun adventure, but I really, personally, I'm just saying, I want to see some of your own artwork. Just like drawn on, this is me, but I'm not saying this. It's not everybody's taste. This is fun, and you guys are doing a great job with it, but I'd like to see some of your good old artwork, pen and ink, you know?
Well, they may do it, but I think bad number 5 is almost done.
I know they're knocking them out so quick. So obviously these guys are sitting in front of they got this Mid-Journey, and they're sitting here going, "Yay, let's do this." Let's do
they figured it out, and once they figured it out, there's no stopping them.
30 issues of Bad Magazine.
Before you know it.
Coming out once every 2 weeks. So.
All right, let's try another one.
Okay,
this one is a water bottle. Very good.
Water bottle.
Yeah.
You want me to choose?
Yeah, go ahead. I got mine laying all here. Imagination Link.
From our pal Alan Sissom.
Mini.
Mini, right.
Number 54, though.
The Saga number 54. Number 54, yeah. I mean, a lot of these are coming out.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn prolific.
Yeah. It's a story of the Link, you see the Link flying through the air. It's a story about him. It kind of continues. I think it winds up being a prequel to the last story.
That's exactly right. He was,
I believe,
serializing for this a little while. Alan was in the UFO a while back, and he was serializing these stories in the UFO newsletter. But I think it was also publishing somewhere else, probably in Imagination Link.
Yeah.
He's always very busy, always knocking out a lot of stuff. It's always very, very good. But it kind of goes back.
Yeah, this goes back. It's a
like
prequel.
An alien probe that came to Earth, but he doesn't know who he is. Something happened.
Yeah, he used to be human, but now he looks like this ball.
Right. He thinks that he's human, and he's trying to figure things out, and he makes friends with these two guys. He just happens to pop into this guy's room in the middle of the night. Hey,
scares the heck out of the guy, but then turns out the Link is very friendly. Yeah. He just looks a little weird.
So he's just trying to find his own way. He's pretty much figured out he must have come from Earth, or originally his programming came from Earth. The person he used to be must have been from Earth. And he befriends these two guys.
Yeah. And once they become friends with him right away, and it kind of moves on to the next issue. But if you read that, astute readers, I'll read it. Astute readers will probably already realize that this issue's sequence takes place before the events that appeared in Collector's Link fanzine 2 to 5. So this took place before issue 2.
We actually, I mean, he's sort of introduced, he's filling in details.
Yeah.
Because in the original story, as I recall, he landed, he made friends with these two guys, but they didn't get into a lot of detail about it. So he's filling in the details about what actually happened and how he became friends with a couple of guys. And anyway, Alan Freeman is so talented, so cool.
You mean Alan Sissom? Alan Freeman's talented.
Alan Freeman. Alan Freeman, I'm just kidding. No, Alan Sissom, of course. There's a lot of Allens out there.
And they can all draw good.
That's for darn sure. If your name is Alan, you're a darn good, talented comic book writer and artist. Yeah.
You can see all the Sissom publications on the back. Yep. See them all. You got Imagination Link. You got Humph.
The Xenology Report, which is also very good.
Yeah, we've had that on here. So yeah, and it's just a little book, and it's $2, no, $3, no, $2. That is the world's smallest print, but it does say $2. I can't get it to focus.
Let me check it out here.
It says $2. I think. If my cataract surgery was correct, this says $2.
Hey, how did that come along? You know, Larned had a cataract surgery on both of his eyes.
No glasses.
One reason we haven't been making more videos.
Here's my glasses. Tied up. These are my glasses, which are useless. I don't need them.
You don't need them anymore?
No.
That's amazing.
Do not need them.
That is amazing. So everything's sharper and clearer.
Oh, the colors are amazing to me that I never knew were there.
Darn, congratulations. They want me to do that surgery too, so I'm thinking.
Well, it's certainly not a problem, you know, no pain or nothing like that. A few eye drops, got to put eye drops in, that's all.
And it's covered by Medicare.
Yeah.
And I got that too.
Good.
Because I've just entered into the realm of the viejos. That means the old guys.
Oh, I thought that meant something else. A-holes. Wow.
The viejos. Not the a-holes.
Oh.
Something else.
Wow. Be careful. Okay, let's go for another one, because we got a lot. I'm telling you, we got a lot.
What do you think?
Oh, let's go with, Madame BOOGALA.
That's exactly the one I had sitting on top, right there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Madame BOOGALA, number 2, which I know Larry's been doing Madame BOOGALA longer than number 2. So I'm not quite sure.
We've talked about Madame BOOGALA before.
Oh, I've seen, he's done all kinds of them. But I'm not sure why this is number 2, but that's all right. Doesn't make any difference. It's a little story arc that may be too.
There was a digest size, and this is
this could be the comic book size. I don't know.
POD version. A brilliant issue. One of the finest comics I've ever read from Larry. Let me tell you how impressed I was with this. I was reading through this, and this gripping story of how Gumar,
her son, Gumar,
always goes along with everything she says. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. But in this story, he actually rebels.
Yeah.
And it becomes a fascinating, gripping story.
He rebels because
in the middle of reading this, I sent Larry a personal message saying, I got to tell you how much I'm enjoying this.
Really?
This is one of the best stories you've ever written. And I hadn't even finished reading it. But go ahead, Lorna.
I was just going to say, Gumar has a problem rebelling against his mother, but it does have to do with this guy right here. Right here.
Poroscoro.
Yeah, Poroscoro.
Because of a curse placed on his mother, she has to unleash, at certain points in time, she has to unleash these demons from another dimension. And she channels the demons through her own son, Gumar. Poroscoro is this demon character who unleashes pestilence and disease. If you get too close, and he's got cats and dogs and a snake, and all these creatures on his back. If you get too close to Poroscoro will unleash those demons. They'll bite you. He'll turn. But for over the years, Gumar has always went along with her. He always went along with her. It's his mom, and he doesn't rebel against his mom. But it's reached the point. And it's reached the point where he finally just says no. She says, "You're going to channel the demons," and he's nope, I've had enough.
But now a note on the book. You see what's in blue? That is when the channeling is going on.
Yeah.
The blue.
Beautiful.
And it flashes back to a regular book when the channeling and those kind of, when she's communicating with the demons, it's blue. But when she's not, it's a regular book, regular color comic book.
And she brings in another character who we've seen before, Detective Kolowski, to help her. She needs help. This is too much for her. And he looks like Humphrey Bogart.
He does, yeah. And
Humphrey Bogart.
And he's in a lot of the stories. He is the detective in that town where she lives. And she's dealt with him many, many times.
Yeah. And
that's what I like about this. The characters are reoccurring. You can follow the characters.
These are great characters. I mean, the characterization is incredible. I mean, you really believe these are real characters. So she says, if Poroscoro has my son in his grip, he may never release him. Plague will be unleashed, and I will be responsible. Meanwhile, there you go. Well, that's what happens. That's what's coming along. Gumar gets a job working in some kind of a factory or something. And this one guy keeps messing with him. He keeps messing with him. He keeps, come on, Gumar. Can't you move any faster? So this one guy is needling him. And Gumar has been resisting turning into this terrible demon all this time. But this guy keeps pushing his buttons and pushing until the scene you just showed. Yeah. You want to show that one again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
That's
goes after the guy. That's the guy.
Is enough.
Yeah, he goes after him as a demon.
There you go. I mean, because the funny thing is, you're like, at that point, it's a terrible thing, But at that point, you're kind of cheering for Gumar.
Cheering for the demon to get the guy, because the guy is a real pain.
If you've been bullied in your entire life, this is the panel for you.
Yeah.
The worm turns, man. That is it.
And look at the animals on the back of the Poroscoro. Yeah.
And you see the snake coming around the back like a tail.
Yep.
And, so this creates quite a sensation. So the cops show up and everything.
Oh, yeah. And as a matter of fact, the army shows up.
Everybody shows up. This is a big mess.
Yeah, this goes. Yeah.
Madam BOOGALA shows up too.
Yeah.
try to get things back under control. There she is in the middle of this chaotic scene.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, be still, all of you. Madame BOOGALA commands you. This is a great comic.
Yeah.
This is really great.
It's, what do we got here? 24 pages.
Yeah.
Then there's a story. There's a story in here.
Mm-hmm.
Mulatto.
Right. Explaining the inspirations for Mulatto's based on the Transylvanian gypsy demon Melalo, a fierce two-hearted bird of prey. In Madame BOOGALA's in this story, it's a three-headed demon. A three-headed demon, and it looks like this.
Yeah,
but that's based on an actual mythological character.
Yeah.
So
then they've got BOOGALA comments, 2 pages of comments by people you probably have heard of before.
Yeah. And an article, The Magyars, by Kurt Erickson. Who publishes Endeavor. Kurt chimed in with a text piece describing the history of the gypsies. Madame BOOGALA being a gypsy, and that's a picture. That's an old painting.
This is a painting, just to go along with the story.
He talks about the
famous painting
there, but it explains the history of the whole gypsy culture, and this too is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Tap that off. You top it off with a reprint. The Dancing Bear.
Mysterious Myths, the Dancing Bear is in there.
The bear who becomes a human and a naked hairy guy. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, if you're a bear and you turn into a human, you're probably not wearing clothes.
Yeah, this guy, his physique doesn't touch mine, so
yeah, well, he could work on it.
Yeah.
And we got an ad for Larry Johnson Comics, which there are a ton of.
Tales of the Broken Bee, Horseman, all of these are brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
They're all different, too. Tales of the Broken Bee is more of a Western theme.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And great book. The price on this is $6. $6.
Worth every penny of it.
Yeah. Full color. 24 pages plus a couple of stories. Can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah.
One that inspired me to send Larry Johnson an immediate text message before I finished reading the book. This is great. I just had to say something. I was so much enjoying it. So
what did he say? Did he
gave me
comment
a
back?
up.
Oh, well, better than another digit. Better than another digit he could have given you.
Yes, indeed. So yeah.
All right, let's go next.
Well, we're getting done. I think I'm going to save Tom Fellrath. Stay seated. We're going to get to yours very soon.
Okay.
But first, we want to discuss our pal Jim Main.
Is it?
And his landmark 50th issue.
50th issue
of PSYCHOZORT.
Yeah.
It is how it's pronounced.
PSYCHOZORT.
It's not pronounced as my friend Brandon Gramer, who Jim and I were at the Chicago Comics Convention in the late 80s, and Brendan Gramer, he guessed it was pronounced looking at piece of shit. No, it's not pronounced piece of shit.
No, that's
totally
wrong.
Jim.
Yeah.
And Jim was like, but
let me show you my favorite drawing in here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Karloff
as Frankenstein, the only one that could play Frankenstein. Everybody else that played Frankenstein, no.
And that's
there's only one Frankenstein. That's
that is
Carl.
absolutely perfect. That is totally perfect. Who drew that? That's
that is by. I have to go to the front page. No, wait a minute.
Karloff. Oh, there's an
Zellwood.
Oh, Doug Hazelwood.
Hazelwood.
Doug Hazelwood.
I don't know him, but you do?
Well, he was around in small press comics back in the 70s and 80s, and you know, we don't see much from him. I think Doug went and did some work for DC Comics eventually, as an inker, I think.
I can see why.
Yeah, well, he's a superb artist.
Yeah.
That's just brilliant. What you're looking at there is a portfolio.
Yeah, there's a portfolio
of horror movie, monster movie artwork. Here's something by Steve Shipley. Elsa Lancaster, you're showing a portrait of Lon Chaney Jr.
Yeah.
By who? Most of these are signed. So.
Yeah.
Boyle.
Boyle did Lon Chaney without the. That's Lon
Boyle.
Chaney. That's Lon Chaney when he's not the Wolfman.
And it looks like him. It captures those eyes, those sad eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the great thing about one of the great things, there's many great things about this issue, but Jim does give us the details of all the people who were involved in this.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because for 50 issues and 50 years as well, a lot of the original people who originally contributed to Present are still involved, are still contributing. I mean, I wasn't in the first 5 or 6 issues, but I came along. I was there. What do we got? Larry Johnson was there. Steve Shipley. Mike Tuz was there pretty much from the very beginning. So he lists all the people. Larry Johnson, Larry Johnson, but he got as many of the original contributors as possible.
Here he says, you know, he's talking about the 50 issues by Jim Main here, right in the beginning, so you can read that.
He shows Carl Gafford,
with
the hat on and the long hair, and Sam Gafford, his brother.
Yeah.
Sadly, both of them have passed away by now. But they were both great guys, and they were both, you know, along in the early days. I see some on the other page there. I see artwork by Carl Taylor, and I think Doug Hazelwood inks too. We mentioned Doug Hazelwood earlier, and I believe he inks some of those illos. Just looking at it, you know, from the Carl and Claus Doug inked all 3 of those illos.
So that is what's so great about this? You can take forever and read this. I mean, here's a story right here. Fear.
That's a scary story. I read that. It's about a guy who goes to a priest, because he's being haunted by this.
Poor squirrel.
No, not poor squirrel. It's like a spider monster.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And, this thing is haunting him, possessing him, and everything, and he wants a way out of this. And so he goes to the priest, and the priest is sympathetic, and they go through several pages of dialogue here. But in the end, couldn't shake the monster, but there was a possibility that he could pass it on to someone else. Now, unfortunately, the priest just happened to conveniently be there, and this is not funny. Well, what can you do when you're possessed by a monster? You want to shake it, you got to do something.
I always do.
This is followed by a fantastic article by Larry Johnson on comic fanzines in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
beautifully, brilliantly written article by Larry Johnson, our friend Larry, and he just keeps knocking us out all the time. I hate to give too many accolades to Larry. He's going to get a big head. Larry, I'm sorry if you're getting a big head.
Yeah.
Not my fault. If you keep doing great stuff like this, I can't help but, so, I got to point that out. And but he goes fairly in depth in his own experience, talking about the comics fanzines that he has read, since he first got involved in the small press comics in the early 1970s. The RBCC, which is kind of the forerunner to the Comics Buyer's Guide, which neither one of them are around anymore, as far as I can tell. But Romulan Wine.
There's Larry right there.
There he is.
That's Larry.
Right there on the left there, with a copy of The Comet #1, which is one of his very first small press comics. And I have a copy of that.
Is that right? Cool.
Yeah, from like 1972 or something. But he talks about Carl Gafford's Minotaur, one of the original BPP zines, the BPP, which became the UFO, which I'm the chairman of 50 years later after I was the chairman 50 years ago. I mean, this stuff doesn't end, people. Once you get into this, you cannot escape. There is no escape. He shows the covers and he talks about, for instance, Endeavor #6, which Kurt Erickson published back in around the early 1970s. Kurt's still around, still doing it, just like the rest of us. Here's a cover for something I published in 1973. #3, with a cover by Ron Sutton. I actually paid him for this. He's still around. I think he's done work for DC. But this was a pretty cool cover. Even today, it still looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So I paid that guy like $25 for that or something. Ron, I hope you enjoyed the money. I hope you went to Pizza Hut.
There's a Verrill Holt Bond story in here.
Oh, absolutely.
Right here. Hitchens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Verrill. Oh, I always love Verrill stuff.
I dropped the book.
Let's see if I can find that one. You dropped the book? Oh, no, we'll never find it again. But it's a Western. Yeah. It's a Verrill Holt Bond story. Hitchens, Chapter 3, The Events That Follow, story by Jim Main, art and lettering by Verrill Holt Bond. Here it is.
Yep. If I can find the page after dropping the book.
Verrill's, his a realistic style without a lot of detail, but yet it's still very realistic. And it's in the second half of the book. Yeah, right at the beginning of the second and half. There's this guy who comes to town. I guess they've been having problems there. Oh, the thing is, and he's made friend with the madam of a what do you call it? What do you call it?
House of ill repute.
A brothel. A brothel. Yeah, a brothel. And one of the ladies in the brothel has actually taken, has become affectionate with him. She actually likes him as a human being, and not just as somebody who's going to pay her money, for a special night of happiness. Don't you love the way I describe this stuff?
Yeah, wonderful.
I got to be careful the way I say things. But yeah, and they're looking for a deputy in that town. And this guy has a lot of integrity, and he looks at the sign, and he goes to visit the sheriff. So, yeah, and it's so well written. By Jim Main. The dialogue is very natural. It's so very natural. I mean, this guy, he's a guy who has a certain amount of integrity and dignity, and he comes to a town that's maybe
a little on the wild side.
Yeah, a little on the wild side. And when he interviews with the sheriff makes him a deputy right away. And we're looking forward to the next chapter of this.
Yep.
You know, I like
Baptism of Fire is the next one.
He's talking. The sheriff just throws the badge at him. You're the deputy. You're the guy. You're our guy. So we're looking forward to what happens with that. Charles Bond is always great.
And look what's right next to that is Brian Wayne Powell.
Brian Wayne Powell, Magnet Man.
Magnet Man and Jimmy Valent.
Jimmy Valent, the Boogeyman. If you ever follow professional wrestling.
Oh, that's what Brian is all about.
Yeah, which Brian has for many years, and he is friends with a whole lot of professional wrestlers. Including the Boogeyman, Jimmy Valent. Now, I never followed professional wrestling. That's me. I was a comic book geek. My brothers and sisters were all into sports and everything. I had a brother who was wrestling in high school and college and stuff, but not me. I was reading comics. But that's cool. You know, we all have our own taste.
Brian has a distinct style. There's not much change in each panel.
Yeah, he repeats the same picture over
and over. And he's done this for years. I mean,
he's such a good writer.
How he does it. Yeah, it's very funny.
This is okay. There's two ways of approach. There's two approaches to comic book storytelling. The story tells the art, or the art tells the story.
Yeah.
In this case, he keeps the art as simplistic as possible, kind of like Matt Fizzell, and tells a great story. You just read the dialogue, and you're going through it, and you're going, "This is really funny stuff." It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a lot of detail in the art.
So anyway, that's always cool to see something by Brian.
Yeah. And there's a story by Carl Taylor in full color. Towards the end at the very end of the book, we got Carl Taylor. Again, he's been around since the early 19s. He's definitely been around since the early 1970s. I published work by him. Jim Maine published work by him. He was in a lot of other stuff.
Wow. This is a traditional comic right there.
Yeah. He is always very influenced by both Gil Kane and Jack Kirby. You can always see that in his work.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's written. I've read stuff that he wrote, stuff that he posted, where he talked about befriending Jack Kirby and sending stuff to him. Well, who is that on the back cover?
Who does that look like? That guy looks familiar.
Let me see. Hang on a second.
Well, one of them has to be Jim Maine. Jim Maine and somebody else.
That's definitely Jim Maine at the bottom.
Yeah, that's Jim. But the other guy, we know who he is, but we're not. I don't. Wait a minute. Aha! Now we got it. Elvis. I guess it's Elvis.
The lonely one.
The lonely one.
The lonely daddy.
The lonely daddy. Yeah, that's him.
This is how I got started on YouTube.
There you go.
This.
And wound up on here.
Yep. Somehow Floyd Sumner
has found a picture of you.
I'm honored that the great Floyd Sumner, and he's a tremendous artist. I'm honored that he did this drawing. I was totally surprised, but I didn't know he was going to do this.
It'd be a nice poster to have.
Completely surprised. Yeah, I'd like to have it. Floyd, if you're listening, I'd like to have a poster of that. That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And so anyway.
Well,
as an afterthought, I would like to say that I do have a story in this issue that
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, almost forgot you.
That I wrote and drew. Low T. It was originally started as a jam strip.
Oh, really?
The fanzine organization, right at the very end, just before the Carl Taylor strip. But it was supposed to be a jam strip. There you go. Now, yeah, I drew those 2 pages.
Eggman.
And
somebody else did some of the other pages?
No, nobody did, but somebody else was supposed to do the other page.
Oh,
It was
okay,
supposed to be a jam strip
say.
where I did a page, I'd send it to someone else, they would do a page, they would send it to someone, and it would go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But I didn't get much response from that, so I said, what the heck, I'll just finish drawing it myself.
Yeah.
And I made it up as I went along, and there he is, Eggman. So, yeah. A character, again, he's been around since like 1973. And #1 was the first time he ever appeared. And I thought I'd bring him back up for the 50th issue of Present. You know, I sent something else to Jim, and Jim rejected it. He didn't, he says, this is like too weird.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, that must have really been weird.
Yeah.
If it's too weird.
It was a little, I guess it was a little risque or something.
Oh.
This one borders on that, but it doesn't go as far, you know. You know, I knew, you know, once in a while I go too far. And Jim's a guy who will call me out on that.
This is $8.99, by the way. $8.99. Let me see if it has a page count. 60 pages.
Thick. It's gorgeously produced.
60 big pages. Full color and, well, yeah, a lot of color. Black and white, a lot of color.
Congratulations to Jim Main on 50 years of his flagship publication.
Yeah.
There's more great artwork.
But it's the kind of thing you can get and then you can sit and read it. I mean, it's going to take you a while. You're not going to, it's not like a, you know, 24-page comic where you pretty well get that. No, you got some reading to do here.
Yeah, I sat down and
you can sit around and enjoy that. That's great stuff right there. Yep. All right. Tom Fellrath.
Heroes 2.
Heroes Now.
Number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3. These are both digest size, full color covers, front and back.
Well, the stories of the great characters, the great superhero characters, primarily that Tom Fellrath himself has created. And he writes, I think, all of the stories. Yeah.
I'm looking at the one by Tony Lorenz and ink by Tom Ahern.
Which is a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two guys, when they get together, they do a great job. They're doing something for me, too, those two guys together.
Tom Ahern is doing something for me also.
Oh, yeah. Tom is like, he's so busy. He does so much. He's so prolific.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, wow.
So
this is the new story about the Patriots. Getting to know you with the new Patriot team. After the original Patriot has expired, and Jeff, his sidekick, has gone on to become the head of the team, Jeff Marty Brown. And we have a couple of new members in the team, Parkour and...
Parkour is a girl, right?
Right. And
that does the parkour. See, she does parkour, leaping around.
I mean, that's really nice. I mean, you see a whole, you know, you can see Tony's artwork there. You can see Tom's inks. Tom Ahern's inks are really, really nice. The line style, the fine line style, and everything.
Oh, good man. And Tom Fellrath can put together a book. I mean, it is perfect when he does it.
Yeah.
When he puts them together. Oh, and Hembeck did the Heroes Gallery.
Yeah, Fred Hembeck.
His version of the
Fred Hembeck.
the crew. He's got them all there.
Old small presser, but also worked for Marvel Comics. And I was so surprised when he went to work for Marvel Comics.
Is that right?
Marvel Comics is going to publish this. This is not their usual thing. But Fred is so good. It's not like even caricaturing. It's like he reinterprets the characters.
Yeah, in his own style. Yeah.
It's like Don Martin from Mad Magazine. That's how distinctive Fred Hembeck is.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, he can take that wacky style
And
you can recognize the characters.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you know who they are, and you know who drew it just by looking at it. And then the Accelerator by
Tom.
Yeah, by Tom, but it's Terry Sue Wood who did the artwork. Look at that.
Right. Terry Sue Wood.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I've seen
a lot of screens.
I've seen the other story by the Accelerator story that I think was in one of the other issues. I remember it, and she's kind of a superhero kind of thing, but kind of family-oriented superhero.
She, like Tom. She disappeared for like 20-some years. Tom disappeared from small press for a long time. Recently came back, and his characters come back, and they're not the same age. He continues from a couple of decades later.
Yeah.
And here she is. She's family-oriented. And you'll see her family and her husband in the stories and everything. Yeah. But here, she hears there's a school shooter. And she is flying. To the school and encounters, let me see, where am I at here? She encounters this guy.
Yeah.
Who immediately tries to shoot her.
But that don't work, as you can see. It doesn't work
because she's impenetrable skin.
Yeah.
And the thing is, was she a teacher or something? She might have been a teacher.
I'm not entirely sure.
And once he gets the hood off, he recognizes her. He goes, Mrs. Armstrong? And it turns out this kid, for whatever reason,
a troubled kid,
been mistreated or whatever, and he decides to start shooting people.
Yeah.
So
he does not get killed himself. They do arrest him in the end. But
in the end, he has to pay for what he's done.
What he did,
But and there goes the Accelerator getting back with her husband.
Yeah.
Might be her
in the end. That's the end there.
Very moving. It's,
very well done.
Like real life, if someone had superpowers, and plus she's older, she's in her 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
But she still has that great power.
And here's this one, which is number 3.
Number 3.
Heroes Now.
Nice cover. Who did that cover?
And let's see. Does it
David
say?
Baff Gallart.
Yeah. Nice, clean cover. Yeah. Very clean lines.
Inside front cover is interesting because it shows some of my characters.
Oh.
It's the Sorceress from a recent Sunwing story.
Oh.
And let's see, there's Nightman is in there, which I'll be working on. I'm number 10 soon, and I'm going to do the origin of Nightman, the Titan, and Sunwing. And these other characters are all Tom Fellrath's characters. There's the Light, and is Santa Claus in there? Yep, Santa's in there too. I'm not sure if Tom created Santa or not, but if he did, good job, Tom.
Yeah, this is the Light right here, the Light story.
Yeah.
And
this one has art by Rob Cooley.
Yeah. Distinctive style.
Definitely distinctive, yeah. Yeah, I love Rob's work. This is interesting because I've seen a lot of stuff that Rob wrote and drew himself, but here he's going from
very linear
Fellrath's script.
Yeah, very linear art, very nice, perfect proportions, very good.
Well, that's the Light, and his use of solid blacks and whites is really good too. And the Light finds, it's interesting, the Light, who represents the Light, there are villains who represent the darkness, the Blackout Gang.
Yeah.
But a group of the Light's friends comes together, and they call themselves the Highlights.
Yeah, there they are.
So they're there to support him. And so he doesn't have to go this one alone.
Well, we have another Heroes Gallery. I'm going to let you guess who drew this.
Matt Feazell.
You win. Matt Feazell. There you go.
So here we go. The other shoe has dropped.
Yeah. And once again, you know the characters, even though they're stickmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Feazell.
And look at
very cool.
The Patriot and Jeff right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The genius of Matt Feazell, you know, they can do everything so simple, and it's still so recognizable. This was a Christmas issue too. There was a
the Accelerator has a Christmas card.
Right, that picture there, drawn by Terry Sue Wood. That is a beautiful picture. Could be a Christmas card.
Yeah.
The Accelerator and her family.
The whole family, yeah.
Which I hope that continues. You know, I worry when I see family introduced into a superhero comic stuff. I'm always worried, like, well, something's going to happen to somebody. But I hope not. Tom, don't stay the course, okay?
And then Tony,
a character who has a beautiful family.
Tony Lorenz with another story of the Patriots called The Contact.
Tom and Tony Lorenz and did Tony did the art. He inked it too this time.
Yeah.
So the Patriots go on one of their first adventures in a plane, and they're under
mostly in a plane here.
Yeah. And they're under attack, and there's a lot of there's like Top Gun action in the air here. But they do crash a few of the enemy airplanes, and there's Tony's artwork.
All kinds of action, you know. Don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of action in here. Great story.
And the hologram. The hologram makes appearances. Whenever the hologram appears, and he's a guy he's a hologram, you know.
You can see through him.
Yeah, it always tells you how many days it's been since it became the hologram.
Yeah.
Here it is, 11,600. I'm reading it from your own.
Okay, 11,694 days ago, which is Christmas. That was December 25th, 1989.
There you go. And he's sitting in front of the fire. And Christmas, sadly, Maggie, his wife, never comes home. So, but there's a really cool back cover here. Who did the back cover? I have to look again. John Muller. John Muller, who's a great artist. He just recently joined the UFO. And he does a take on the cover of Fantastic Four, #1.
With Santa Claus.
Yeah, put Santa Claus in there. Instead of, you know, giant monster that was in that issue. And instead of the FF, we got some of the characters from some of Tom Fellrath's characters, including the Light. So, yeah, that's really cool, too.
So this is $5 for, let me see, there's about, I think I got a page count here. 32 pages, 33 pages, really. So really nice, really nice.
$5.
$5, yeah.
Yep.
Can't go wrong. And then
plus $1 for shipping.
Yeah.
See. With cataract surgery, I won't need this anymore.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
I won't look as cool on the video, you know.
You won't need the glasses or the magnifying glass. And then Tom does Strange Times #2, which is a big book.
This has the greatest cover of all time ever created, beyond Rembrandt, beyond anybody. This cover is by Larned Justin.
Yeah.
And look at that. I was surprised.
Street person.
Yeah, that's a street person, but that's an utterly realistic style. And you impressed me with that.
That's pencil.
Just pencil?
Just pencil. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Well, there
pencil.
you go. See, I mean, this shows you. First of all, I did not know it was pencil.
Yeah,
And
it's pencil. Mm-hmm.
wow. And I see so much of Larned's, his cartoony stuff, though.
Yeah.
I really didn't realize, or I had forgotten, that you could draw in such a.
Yeah, that's me and
style.
a special operator I drew.
There he is, a handsome guy.
Handsome
Here.
guy. And then
Handsome guy.
I'm interested in military kind of things, and that's a special operator.
Yeah.
You can see there. That's
Yeah,
also a
terrific.
pencil.
That is terrific.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you were the star of this issue. You had another story here.
Yeah.
2 men.
Tom wrote a story for me.
Tom, art by Larned Justin, and it's an encounter between this cowboy and this Indian, this Native American.
It's how they view each other, you know, what their view is of each other throughout the story.
And it's the same. You only have one caption.
Yeah, there's one panel, but they're both, it applies to both men.
Right. Who is that over there? I was told that people of his kind never come through this country.
Yeah.
The panel applies to both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah,
the Indian and the prospector.
And they start to well, they start to identify with each other.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has a family, a woman of his own, children to tend to. Does he provide for the family? Can he afford to fight and die, leaving his family to fend for itself? And and can I defeat this man? Anyway, at the end, it's they both walk off and they kind of wait at each other.
Yeah, they just walk away. They don't do anything.
To a conflict. Beautifully written by simple but poignant.
Tom.
Beautifully written by Tom.
Yeah, great job. And I'm glad he let me illustrate it.
Again.
And I sent him an extra one. Because I've always been interested in the group America and the lyrics to their songs. Now, this is Ventura Highway.
Ventura Highway, yeah.
With drawings by me and the lyrics by America. And I've never understood the lyrics at all. Have you?
Never really thought about it until now.
Oh.
When I read this, I read through it like twice, and I'm going through.
What?
I mean, you illustrated it well. Chew a little piece of grass, walking down the road. Yeah. And the guy says, "Tell me how long you're going to stay here, Joe. Some people say this town doesn't look good in snow. You don't care. I know. I mean, it's just, but it's so natural the way the dialogue is presented.
Yeah.
And again, your artwork. This is different. This is, it's nice to know. I'm more appreciative than ever of your talent.
Oh, thank you.
I've been seeing a lot of the funny stuff, and this is, again, a bit more realistic. You could say, called The Free Wind is Blowing Through Your Hair. I like the way you illustrated it with a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's the free wind blowing through your hair.
Seasons crying, no despair. Alligators, lizards in the air. Nope, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No. Here's an Indian I did.
Yeah.
I did a number of Indians from the 1900s, or like 1901.
And they all are so expressive. There's so much detail and so much character.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nice. I mean, that's beautifully drawn.
Thank you.
That too, that could be a portrait on a wall.
Yeah. And I think I had one more in here, and then we'll get to the other stuff. But I think I had one more in here. Can I find it?
So really nice. I mean, right away, I just noticed stuff. I noticed the stuff that you did. There's stuff by others, but
Cowboy.
Okay, that looks like what's his name?
With the big mustache.
Yeah, that guy. Sam somebody. Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Looks
Sam
like
Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Is that who it is?
No.
Just a coincidence?
That is not Sam Elliott, but it does look a little like him.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Sam Elliott. That's pencil also, is right?
That's pencil also, yeah.
You know, when I was when I was very young, before I even started drawing comics for printing, you know, I used to draw everything in pencil, and I used to do all the shading and everything.
Oh, did you?
And when I started inking my stuff, it wasn't the same. It didn't have the. It didn't have the.
You lose all the shading when you ink it.
You lose all that, and
you know, you have these little I forgot what you call them, little paper stubs that you can.
But we didn't have such good reproduction that we could reproduce pencil drawings back in those days. But I still have a lot of stuff that I from when I was in the '60s, when I was just a kid, you know, drawing pencil, and I used shading all over the place.
Yeah.
In some ways, you know, the stuff that I was doing, I mean, I can't say it's better than. Is it better than what I'm doing now? Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah.
It had a different element. It had a different feel to it. It was nice. That's you're using pencils to a great effect here.
Here's Tom Fellrath, the guy that puts all this together. There he is.
Tom. And he has a beautiful family. He's always posting stuff online, always seeing Tom and his kids who look exactly like him.
And there's a number of stories in here, not just my stuff. Here's a story by Cutch Tuttle.
Yeah, Cutch Tuttle.
Cutch Tuttle.
From Churchville, Virginia. And he's detailing his dreams. It reminds me of what Larry Johnson does that too sometimes. He publishes something where he talks about his dreams.
Yeah.
If you start keeping track of your dreams, first of all, when you wake up, you might know your dream. You might remember them for like a second.
Yeah, but
lose it. You can't remember.
Being able to draw them is another thing.
Now, I remember reading articles about H.P. Lovecraft, interviews with Lovecraft, because H.P. Lovecraft used to detail his dreams. He would make entire stories out of his dreams. But what he did was he would wake up and immediately write down his dreams, write them down, and then he would make a story out of it. And but you see, that takes some dedication.
Yeah.
If I wake up, I'm not like, it takes me a while to wake up. I usually hit the snooze alarm once or twice, you know. I'm not going to get up right away and write down my dreams, you know.
Yeah.
But some people have that kind of discipline. Larry Johnson has it, and apparently this guy here, Cutch Tuttle, has it too.
Yeah, right.
And he has dreams about demon creatures and.
Yeah. Here's
Michael Wagner.
Michael Wagner, and look at this though. It's kind of cool. Who are you? Of course, that's the theme of the book. But here's what he did. Show who are you.
I've been in touch with him just lately.
Have you?
He's in the United Fanzine organization, so but I haven't seen artwork like this from him in
different
like this.
And each, you know, he talks about different things that tell who he is.
I'm country and urban. I'm rock and rap. I'm a walking contradiction. I defy generalization.
And Keith Newsom here. Keith Newsom.
Oh, this one's
just abstract painting.
Yeah, but if you read what he said, see, it says father. In October of 2020, my son, Gregory Newsom, who was 29, was just starting his life when he found a brain tumor, almost the size of his brain. So he talks about that in his visits to the waiting room of the hospital. They removed the brain tumor. And he says, but to ease my pain, he was using his iPad to procreate, use it as a vehicle to capture the pain and anguish a loved one feels.
Yeah,
so
and I think
he did these drawings on an iPad.
Yeah,
paintings are on an iPad. I mean, look at the beauty. You know, I mean, look at the anguish on display. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
You know. And all of us inspired by a tragic real life event and his son's illness. But and Tom has put all this together in one beautiful package.
Yeah, he really knows how to put a book together. He really.
There's another page from our pal Viral Holt Bond, right?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So a lot of great stuff.
Here's a guy from the United Kingdom. Has a story in here.
I like this. This was interesting. His name is
Easton.
Easton.
I don't know.
Iestyn.
Yeah, Easton.
I never wanted to be a man. It says.
It's a rather interesting story.
And he says that this first panel was actually the cover of a zine that he did 25 years ago.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
But he was reflecting. He said he didn't mean what he meant was he never wanted to be a man by the standards of
a man. Yeah,
he seemed to define a man in those times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be the wage earner. I don't want to have to be going out and miss being with the kids. I don't want to be the angry one, always trying to keep order. And he goes on and on about that. I never wanted to be a woman. I envy women's bodies. I envy women's clothes. And on and on. I'm not going to read all this.
Yeah. There's another one in here, kind of.
Can have babies and this and that.
This one's kind of interesting. It's Andrew Rosenberger, and it's all about toasters.
Oh yeah.
It's really.
This guy has an obsession.
He has toasters in all of his artwork, and
yeah, and he asked other people to
some of the artwork, but yeah. But I wanted to show the last. I think it's the last page in here. Stray Toaster Project, and that's the great painting with toasters inside the little diner. Very good.
So all he does is pictures of toasters, all kinds of toasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's Godzilla. Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
And
toasters.
He's blasting a toaster.
He's blasting a toaster, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Toasters everywhere.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that was fun.
So we're about, I think we got that wrapped up.
I think that's it.
So anyway, quite a publication. Boy, it's just excellent. The whole thing all the way through.
It even looks good upside down.
I like it upside down. Yeah. Oh, here's do you know who Charles Bukowski is? Was?
Not off the top of my head. Where'd you get that?
That's a drawing I did. That's a pencil.
You did that. Oh my God, you're brilliant. I had no idea. Gosh, your realistic artwork is really darn realistic. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, he was he was an angry poet and writer, alcoholic, real rough character. Yeah. So I thought, that'd make a great drawing. So that's him. Yeah.
Send it to me. I'll put it in number 10.
Yeah, okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I am working on a new comic. It's number 10. It's going to have
I knew that. Yeah. Didn't I send you something already for that? I did.
You did. You're going to have what is it? 2 or 3 pages. I think it's 2 or 3.
Maybe 3. Yeah, like 3.
But it's in a folder right over here.
Okay. Right. Don't lose that folder.
I won't. I just got some artwork. I just received the artwork from Tony Lorenz and Tom Ahern for a strip featuring the Titan and Sunwing, my characters. A short strip that's going to be in that issue. I just got it today.
Great.
I got it yesterday, but Tony fixed a few things and it's even better. And that's going to be in the new issue, and there's going to be a new Raven story and the origin of Nightman, my long-running character Nightman.
Great.
I'm going to write an origin story. So.
No, good. Looking forward to that. We'll get it down here. So, anything else you got before we wrap it up? No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's a sad ending, so.
Oh.
It's the end, so we have to.
Yeah.
It's the end of another video. But you know what? If we're lucky, there'll be another one real soon.
I like to play the violin when you play the guitar.
That's for darn sure.
All right, don't forget there's a little something after the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
I will, definitely.
We will see you guys next time.
Adios.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the air. Wishing on a falling star, waiting for the early train. Sorry, boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Ah, come on, Joe, you can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the
Hi, and welcome to another Talking Small Press Comics show. I'm here with Steve Keeter, and I'm Larned Justin, and we've got a lot of comics to get through today, so I think we better just jump right into it. What do you say, Steve?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got something from Shane Luttrell here.
Okay. What is that?
That would be
sure.
Silver and Steam.
Oh, yeah, Silver and Steam. Yeah, I was pretty interested in this beautiful cover.
Yeah.
You know, and back cover, just beautiful.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's I mean, this is like if you're looking, you know, we first learned of Shane Luttrell through YEET Comics.
Right.
And we're expecting a new issue of YEET Presents pretty soon here.
But this is
I've been experimenting with this microphone.
knock the microphone over, and we're off the air. No, we're not. We're back on the air.
The reason I wanted to mention Shane is I got a message from Shane, and he said that the microphone, the volume on the microphone, that you're louder than I am.
Oh,
balance that out.
Well, it could be this. This mic is closer to my mouth.
That's okay. I think I've been using the blue microphone. What happened was I put this on top of a box to bring it closer to my mouth to make it louder, and the box fell over. But what the best thing, I'm ordering an interface. It's called a Volt 2 something, but it's something you plug your microphone in. You can plug I can plug my guitar into it and everything, and I can plug all that directly into the computer, and it's going to give me a much greater, bolder, louder, and clearer sound.
Okay.
So I'm ordering this thing later today. I've researched this, and I found that the Volt 2, I forget who makes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be really cool. It comes with a software for a mixer. So like if you make music, you can mix the
which you do
instruments and everything. And it's going to make for a much better sound.
Good.
These problems that have plagued us for a while will go away. They're going to go away. So in the meantime, I'm still using the blue mic. The thing about the blue microphone is you have to be right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
You've noticed, like in the last video when I played guitar, you couldn't hear the guitar.
Right.
Would have to be right in front of the blue microphone.
Yeah.
And so this is going to solve that, and I will be using a Shure SM58 microphone.
Oh, that'll be a big help. Yeah.
So
I remember you got that.
Studio quality microphone.
Yeah.
The sound is going to be a lot better.
Oh yeah, I remember when you got that. Yeah.
This will be by the next video.
Ooh, okay.
Because
let's get this video done then.
That's right. But I'm just saying, what we should do, I should have the mic by the next video, and we're going to do one more video before I go to California for a week.
Yeah.
And it'll be in that.
That's provided the folks send us more comics. Now this time, they jam-packed us again. We've got a lot of comics. So hopefully next time we'll get a bunch. People seem to be producing comics like crazy. But look at this cover. We were talking about this cover.
Absolutely beautiful.
Just a beautiful cover. Mm-hmm. And actually the back page is beautiful also. Look at that.
Wow.
I mean, really neat. Now, I personally am not too much of a science fiction guy. And the story in here, I have to admit, it threw me a little bit because it's refers to different dimensions, different planets, different time zones, maybe inside a dimension of a planet, and it's a little tricky.
Like DC and Marvel, this does have to do with a multiverse.
Yeah, multiverse. That's what I was trying to say. And it is, there is a, well, it's kind of a challenge. I mean, fun to read. You got to see if you can follow exactly what's going on here. I think
the
beautiful.
Story is written by
comic.
Peter Wellmerink.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's like 4 or 5 different artists involved here. Josh Hawley, Shane Luttrell, Steve Shipley, and Doug Curtis. And the thing
it's very hard to tell the difference, don't you think?
So well done. I mean,
yeah.
It's smooth.
I go, how do you tell when it switches?
You go from one page to another. It takes.
And it looks the same.
I mean,
yeah. These guys must have worked together on this and said, hey, here's how we're going to do this.
And I thought, at first I was thinking, well, they're all inked by the same person, but I don't think they are. I think
each artist did everything.
Yeah, here's some.
Now this one, you can tell a little bit. This is a little different from the first few pages.
Mm-hmm.
But still, look at that. That is really cool.
Yeah.
But it's pay attention to what you're reading in this one. It's it might throw you for a loop. What do you think?
I thought I'm just still stunned by the artwork. I'm blown
Yeah,
away
yeah.
by
The artwork is
everybody
just,
involved did such a magnificent job, and it's in full
yeah,
color. But of
yeah,
course, silver is obviously kind of a female take on the Silver Surfer,
yeah,
except she actually she rides like roller skates. Um,
yeah.
if you look at the very end of the issue, you can see if you look at her feet, you can
That one
see
doesn't have it, but
these are roller skates. It took me a
let me
little while
see
to
if I can
get.
find that.
I
I may
thought the
not have
silver
noticed that.
surf, it's at the very end. And they should,
This
but
one?
right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
I think
right
you can
there
see
too.
it right there.
Too. You
Yeah,
got it.
on the
Also, right
splash
there.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before that, it's that the that part of her feet is obscured when she's flying through space.
but she flies around, so I don't know what the roller
Yeah,
skates.
and you can't really see, you can't really see what's on her feet, but you see her flying around.
Yeah, so she flies, but she also roller skates, I guess.
Yeah, but she's skating.
Mostly flies.
Interesting. Let me see here.
But there is a tremendous amount going on in here. I mean, just all kinds of stuff, and it's fun to follow, but tricky because you may not remember some of the things they refer to that you just read.
Yeah, you have to pay attention.
Yeah, yeah.
Susie Steam.
Susie Steam, yeah, yeah,
here
is the girl, yeah. And you can
lives
see
on a
her
planet
right here.
What is it? A planet called something like Ipsos or something like
Yeah, Ipsos, yeah, that's a planet.
And they become involved. Silver is trying to
Silver
protect the universe,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody comes along. This guy here who blames
Yeah.
Susie for the death of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the story takes a twist.
So it's a twist right there, and you got to kind of follow along there because there is that twist in it. But beautiful comic book. And it's this is number 1.
It deals with multiverses, and this guy wants he wants Silver, and he wants them to bring back his deceased wife.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, she's deceased on his version of Earth or whatever planet, and he does come across another version of her, a variant, as it were,
mm-hmm.
on another planet. There's a cat, and you actually start to root for. He's kind of like a bad guy because he's trying to kill Susie Steam, but in a way you feel sorry for him. Because he lost his wife.
Right.
And
there's a little note that I noticed, kind of silly, but see that page number? Okay.
18.
Some of the pages, the artist numbered the pages. Some of them they didn't. So there's no full page count. I don't know what the actual page count. Some of the artists didn't put in page numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I don't know. I'm looking for the cost. And I don't see it. And he may have included a note and told me what the cost was, and I don't have it in front of me.
Well, whatever it is, it's well worth it.
Well, it's, you can see the quality of that. So just contact, I'll have the contact information in the description. And if I find I'll put the price in there if I find it. But anyway, one heck of a comic book.
Now you can look at any page, page, and it's all just stunning.
Yeah, it really is. It's just so well done.
I mean, I recognize our old pal, Steve Shipley.
Yeah, Steve Shipley's work. You can spot his work, but it's still very similar to the other work in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve tailored it a bit,
Yeah, Doug Curtis. The cover artists are Yago Williams and Josh Holly. So I guess Yago Williams does that.
Did the front cover, and Josh Holly
did that magnificent back cover. I mean, either one, would be a great choice for the cover.
Josh Holly did this because there's his name right there in white can see it, but yeah.
That helps you to figure out who it was.
Yeah, who did it?
Like signing, you know.
Anyway, good job, guys. Very good. Excellent comic book. All right, what do we got next? Because we got numerous.
Well, I can show you this one, but it's an apazine.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Ken Leach.
Ken Leach sent his. This is an APA he belongs to, Alpha Omega or Alpha Tunes or Alpha Omega.
It's a Christian APA. It's been around for several decades, and he and Steve Shipley are two people I know who are involved with that and have been for decades.
So he sent this along for us, and you can see his regular comic that he just finished is Tales of the Morgue, Tales from the Morgue. He just finished that, right. but he wanted to send this APA submission, and it's a typical APA kind of thing. You know, some artwork that he submits, some, there's, I can't hold it.
Tales from the Coop.
Yeah.
I guess that's the Coop.
There's articles in here. There's a lot of pictures of his family, but I don't see a picture of him. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm looking at.
No, I don't think there's a picture of Ken throughout the entire
I don't think there's but he's got all the family in here.
Yep, holiday family fun.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, he mentioned, if you look at what they're saying.
I'm looking, there's a guy on the couch back there. What I'm looking at, I don't know if with a full beard. I don't know if that's him or not.
No, he's not in these pictures.
He's not? Okay, you know what he looks like.
I've seen pictures of Ken before, but he's not in these pictures. This is just his kids and grandkids, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, okay.
And like this one, I think they call him Geeps, because there's someone, maybe a daughter or whatever, and she says, you know, sorry, Geeps. So I think they call him Geeps. Ken, you wanna help?
Sorry, Geeps. Yeah, he can let us know.
Are you Geeps?
And then
messages. Yeah, there's a message.
You know, typical APA. They have mailing comments, and see the mailing comments they have.
Comments
and stuff about comics right here. So ask Ken for one of these if you'd like one. I'm going to include his information down below. You know, you might want to join the APA. Who knows?
Sparked my interest. He has a mention here of right here of an interview by John Stossel on some network or another.
It's on YouTube though. I think you can catch it on YouTube.
Right. I just checked it out a few minutes ago. I didn't get to see the whole thing. So you checked it out too, huh?
Yeah.
Not Your Father's Comic Books. John Stossel's interview with comics creator Eric Julie, who points out why American comics are suffering large setbacks, and he's attributes the damage to unrelenting woke writers who he deems advocates for social justice. So this is something controversial. It's something worth checking out, and I'm going to go back and I just actually
you can look it up on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, it's on YouTube or somewhere.
Cool. So that's that.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Ken.
All right.
Where are we?
Go ahead. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, if it's worth following, but
yeah, otherwise I'll go home.
I have 3 awesome comics.
Oh,
our pal,
our favorite, my favorite humorist in small press is Kel Crum.
Kel Crum.
Yep, he is a very funny fellow.
One of the funniest and finest.
He sent me these, and then he said, "Did I ever trade with you?" And of course I have. I met him at Space and everything else, but anyway.
Yeah, he sent me a message and said, "Do you accept trades?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, you know."
Yeah,
of course.
I've traded with you before.
I'll send you anything. I mean, it's.
I don't know. I hope he was watching this, but so it's issue 14, 15, and 16 of Cornelia Tunes, and if you know Kel Crum, Cornelia is his main character. Her friend is Reba, and then there's Ed Thud, which is on the back here. That's Ed Thud and Cornelia. And
also we got Thigh-Bone Jones.
Yes, he is a sometimes musician. Blues artist, sometimes regular artist. But that's him right there.
Trying to find the right instrument. If you read the stories, he's playing different instruments and he's writing blues songs.
I mean, Kel is very clever, very funny. These are short stories, strips, short strips. You just read through them and probably gonna laugh quite a bit because there's some crazy stuff in here. I hate to give away punchlines. That's the worst thing you can do in a humor comic is give away punchlines. But
he's trying to teach her Corny, and they call her Corny. Trying to teach Corny how to play a blues song, and she's asking for suggestions. And he says, let's hear what you got. And she goes, the lead's all gone, the lead's all gone. My pencil won't write no more.
Because the lead's all gone.
Just to find a line, I could feel my old pencil drooping and falling all the time because the lead's all gone. I guess that's to the tune of The Thrill Is Gone.
Yeah. And of course, I'm not going to read you the punchline because it's funny and I don't want to ruin it. You get this, $2. And I think most of his stuff is always half legal. Nice, big size. I like his style because it's loose, and he can do a lot of crazy things with it.
They come up with some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
Cornelia wants to go to the bathroom. She wakes up in the morning, time to go to the bathroom, and this guy with a Batman costume pops out of the bathroom and says, don't you know we're having a comic convention here? Didn't anyone tell you? And having a comic convention. Didn't you get the flyer?
Her bathroom,
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, just normal stuff. I mean, that's how things go. There was this one is for Cornelia that was 14.
Yeah, this is number
15.
15 is really unusual. She's gotten into this VR video game stuff. And when Kel draws it, he draws
Wonder
what she's seeing. Yeah, she's seeing people like that.
Right. She puts on this.
She puts on the VR
reality. Put on the glasses, and you see, whatever.
See, she's got them on there, and when she's talking to her friend Reba, it looks regular. But when she sees the game, it's look at the drawing when she sees the game. Yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah. And
consequently, she keeps putting on the glasses and causing all kinds of havoc at one.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is knocking over furniture and all that, and Reba's going, what's going on here? Yeah.
And
yeah.
So what do we got here? Somebody comes to the door. There's a package at the door, and apparently Reba has a boyfriend.
I like this line here.
Zach.
See where she says, "Bravo, you've saved all humanity from my lamp."
That's the lamp.
She broke the lamp, running around in there.
Right in half.
My bad. I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
funny stuff. And the whole issue, once again, a lot of it is Reba this time in this issue.
So she's playing the part of Wonder Woman, more or less.
Yeah, and Reba.
She says right here, "I'm Wonder Woman." And
she's a Wonder Bra.
Hercules.
She has a Wonder Bra.
She has a Wonder Bra. Etta receives a package from her boyfriend, and guess what it is? It's a Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah.
And
and then the next, the other one is a Thybone Jones, the blues guitarist, has found other instruments to play. He's got bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
Blues bagpipes.
And somebody says, "Oh, Hyde, it was so good. You think there was some Scottish in your blood?" Well,
Yeah.
there is something in his blood, but it's not.
Not Scotch. It might be Scotch. Yeah.
And he's playing the bag. I've never heard
Blues.
the blues with bagpipes.
Bagpipes. But apparently Thybone Jones has. So, and then there's another Cornelia story in this. And
Yeah, the one at
pages.
the end is kind of complicated. There's a knock on the door, and here they are. These guys pop in. There's 3 people.
Yeah.
Now, I'll take another look at that real quick. Okay, so you can see that we are the uppity graders. We're here on a mission to inspect homes to make sure everyone's property is upgraded. And they see she has snark, a Sony combo stereo and turntable.
Yeah.
And gee, I can't wait to play my MP3s on this, the guy says sarcastically. She has a box-shaped TV. Didn't get the memo on flat screens, huh? Snark. And so they're giving her a real hard time.
Yeah, they give her a hard time.
Everything, upgrade everything in her apartment.
Now, what authority they have, nobody knows. But apparently,
it's for your own good. It's for your own good. Everything
they're helping out. They think they're helping.
This is an official government agency. I mean, it's a government agency making sure you've got everything upgraded in your home. Only thing is, there's another knock at the door. And
the uppity graders have shown up.
Well, here, that was the up. These are the D.
Oh, these are the
D graders.
D graders. They show up.
They're saying, there's too much uppity.
And too much uppity graders, and the D graders have now shown up.
Uppity is outdated, and it's even racist.
Yeah.
And luckily, they all pull out of there before, without discovering. The happy news is that she has an 8-track player that nobody.
There, that's good. Good news.
She's allowed to keep that.
Yeah. I mean, Kel he can comment on society subtly.
Yeah. I like this issue. I like this issue a lot. Number 15, I really like that one.
That was good. And here's number 16. We have Child's in the Hood.
In the Hood.
Got her yo-yo.
Child's in the Hood.
Child's in the Hood. So, and it happens to be her birthday. Check it out. She's about 30 years old.
Yeah, you think she's like younger, but she's
not. No, but Kel's been doing this a long time. So she got to be about 30 years old.
Okay, well, she gets offended. Being a modern lady, she gets offended because there's a boys' club nearby.
Oh, that's right. She wanted, yes.
Allowed.
This is when she was a little girl.
Reminds me of an old Little Rascals, though.
Yeah, and the boys won't let any girls in there, and she's not too upset about it.
No girls.
But
and she didn't work. Yeah, but what is this? Her mom? Oh,
I don't know if that's her mom or I think it's her mom.
Mrs. Blunthouse.
You don't have to take that.
Right.
And here again with the
how dare they?
Yeah, with Kel's cartooning style, he can do these crazy balloons with all these big words inside the balloons and all that. Really cool.
He's a great cartoonist.
Yeah.
Some of it's a little sketchy, but it's all.
Yeah, but it's simple, you know, and he can get the action into it and all that. So he's good at it. I've always liked Kel's stuff, so.
So yeah, okay. Blah blah blah.
Oh, back again to Thybone Jones. Now he thinks he's a painter. See that? He's gone from being a musician, now he's going to be a painter.
Yes.
Yeah.
A true artiste expands beyond preconceptions with visions that challenge the norm.
Yeah. So
what is he painting?
Well, he's painting a musician, you know.
Some blues guy blowing a horn.
Yeah.
So,
So
he's not abandoning the blues by any means.
No, he's painting the blues guy. Yeah, right there. Excellent painting, by the way. See that? He's pretty good.
Yeah, looks perfect.
Yeah. Reminds me of
like
Matt Fazell style.
Right,
The
right.
painting.
It's simplistic like that, and that particular illo in you know, that illo definitely. So, what is this?
Oh, this one's got. This is another. Got an alligator, a turtle,
that's Pogo. Walk
Pogo,
Kelly.
yeah.
But it's been updated.
Yeah, he's kind of changed them a little.
Yeah, they come across Pogo, Walk Kelly, but it's been updated to make it simplistic, so it would be easy to make a cartoon show out of it. They've updated the characters.
Yeah.
And
yep.
To promote, okay, what is this? Which character is this? I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
Gender diversity, they made me a girl named Portia Pine.
They're going to have some. I mean, this cartoon series is going to be interesting because one of the things they're talking about is pop culture references and booger jokes.
Oh, booger jokes are always good.
So that's going to be quite a series.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Arthur, we have met the enemy, and he is Netflix.
Yeah.
And the character says, "Who's Arthur? I'm Bugs Bunny." It doesn't look like Bugs Bunny, though.
No.
But anyway.
And then there's one more story at the end, a Cornelia story, right at the end. Here with Reba.
Mm-hmm.
And these are $2 each. $2. I mean,
it's so funny.
Yeah.
Kel Crum is some kind of an artistic genius, but it's really funny stuff.
Back to 15, I forgot to mention that Larry Blake kind of helped out with some of those VR figures, and Michael Nino.
Maybe he drew the back cover. I don't know.
Well, no, it's the figures. See the ones on the front?
Oh, on the front.
All the ones the ones that are in here. Mm-hmm. I think that's Larry Blake or Michael Nino doing those.
Okay.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he gives them credit on the back here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now that Hercules there, that's definitely Larry Blake. You know what? I hadn't figured.
Yeah.
You
that's
called
Larry
it before
Blake.
I did. That's definitely Larry Blake artwork there on Hercules.
And the other is some Michael Nino stuff. Very clever.
Michael's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think I can spot his. There's one here.
Well, the inks. Okay, like if you look at this, Kel Crum, Kel himself inked this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of the thin line. Well, what you're showing there, definitely that bottom panel there.
Yeah.
On the right, that looks like Larry. That's totally Larry Blake.
Yeah.
Larry Blake inks or Larry Blake art.
Oh well.
Entirely.
Could be Michael Nino too, but I think
it could be.
I think some of that's Larry Blake, but I think
somebody else inked this. That's a thicker line of inking style.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it's really bold, really stands out, and there's a lot of this in here. Michael Nino, where's Michael Nino in here? Mike, what did you draw if you're watching?
It's in there somewhere, but I can't sort it out. But anyway, so you can get all three of these for $2 a piece, and you can't go wrong. I don't think.
Definitely not, yeah.
Nope. I hope we didn't show too much and ruin it.
I don't think so. There's so much in these.
Yeah, there's a lot of little lines in there that we didn't
we
show. Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Yeah. Okay, one more time. Oh, ENERGYGIRL. ENERGYGIRL.
Now this one, we got it from our pal Joe.
Ken Bailey is a friend that's the artist doing this. Ken Bailey is a friend of Joe.
Joe Corrales.
I can't talk. Joe Corrales.
Joe Eli Corrales. And
Joe Eli Corrales.
Now the thing, apparently, a collaboration between Ken Bailey and his fellow Sheboygan sequential artist.
These guys are from Wisconsin.
Wilkins.
Yeah.
It says drawn by Ken Bailey, so I'm not sure. I think.
Well, the only thing, my clue is there's a character in the story called Colonel Chance, and he's right here, and it's below it. It says Kurt Milken. I'm thinking that he drew
Kurt Wilken. Well,
yeah, I think he drew Colonel Chance in this story, and they got it in there somehow. I don't know how exactly they did it.
That might be so.
I think that's what it is.
His character. It's a crossover.
It's his character, yeah.
Characters.
And Ken Bailey does the rest, I think. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this, because it's my taste only. I do not care for the white lines around all the figures. I don't think it's necessary. I just don't, it's not my thing. And there's some parts of this that are very dark and hard to see if you look at that.
Yeah.
And I don't think the white lines help that. That's just my opinion. Hey, what do I know?
But the story's great. The story
again, here's another point I'd like to make.
I see the dark you were talking about.
It's
like
pretty dark. Some of it is dark. But Energy Girl, there's a story about Energy Girl. She was born in 1958. If this story is current, which I think it is, she's 65 years old in this story. I believe. Right?
She's aged gracefully for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I'm right.
Well, she's a superhero. I don't know.
I can't tell it seems to be a 2022 or 2021 story.
Yeah, but what, they go back in time apparently, or they're on a
plane. I don't know that.
They get on a train where
it's a steam locomotive.
Locomotive where everyone is dressed in
but that's
late 1800s type.
Well, they're using that to do the 1800 theme, but the cars that are parked there by the train station are modern. They're not old.
Yeah, so I think
she just dressed up.
But they're not going back. I had to figure it out because did they go back in time? Apparently,
I don't think so. Apparently,
this train is just equipped for people who want to dress like they did in the 1800s.
Yeah, it was just, there are things like that right now. Yeah. Right? Coming out of St. Louis, you can do a thing kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, they have steam engines will take you on a trip and you can dress up. And
Energy Girl, being this super heroine, she's invited, or she's
well, they want her to kind of protect the train, a little security.
Let me see.
So she does that.
Dress up as one of our guests and entertain in the club car with feats of strength as Energy Girl, all the while also acting as on-board constable, protecting our guest and assets.
Yeah, that's what they want her to do. Now, the guests have a poker game going right there, and her manager gets in the poker game. While she's doing her thing, her manager gets in the poker game. And he loses all of his money, a terrible poker player, loses all of his money, and she has to go back to her outfit that she works for. It has some initials. I can't remember it, but she has to get more money for him so he can keep on going, And later on in the story, this Colonel Chance, which refers to the title, not a chance. Yep. Colonel Chance is not a nice guy.
No.
He's got some guys, and they're going to try and rob this train. That's what they're going to try and do.
Yep. Before that happens, he kicks Energy Girl right off the train.
Well, yeah, that was, I found a little different. Anyway, we were talking about Energy Girl and Colonel Chance, who is a scoundrel, actually. So he's robbing the train. But there's something in here I got to talk about, and I'm hoping the authors can clear it up. Stan Peabody, which is this guy here,
the manager,
is the husband of Energy Girl. And he was playing cards early in the book, and he lost all of his money because he's so bad. And I think he did that twice. I think she had to get money for him twice. But the Colonel says, I'm going to have to turn the book to where I can read it. Colonel says, yeah, this is page 20 that I'm talking about.
Okay.
The Colonel says to one of his henchmen, Bruno, go see the other donors. That means he's robbing them. And leave this one for me. So Stan says, what? Why are you singling me out? And the Colonel says, because, son, I've been watching you, and you are a man after my own heart. He says, I've noticed that you have been talking when no one is there. Yeah, you can hold that up.
Yeah.
You have an earpiece and an associate in the station gaming area who feeds you card information. In short, you are cheating, fixing the games in your favor. You're a rogue, just like I am. So, to prove that sometime there is honor among thieves, I have purposed to let you go. Just turn over your wallet and leave. Unless, of course, you might be interested in coming to work for me. Well, I don't understand that. Do you? He's lost all his money because he's such a bad player.
Right.
And this guy's saying he's got an earpiece. He's cheating.
He's cheating, but he likes that. He's a bad guy. So
I understand that, but the guy lost all his money. How could he be cheating? He lost all his money twice to the other card players. I don't get it.
The game's in your favor.
Yeah.
So I guess if the guy was doing that, he failed at what he
apparently did.
Do.
Well, why is this guy complimenting him?
Maybe that's why you tried to.
I'm going to have the authors tell me about that, and I am probably completely wrong. I must have missed something somewhere, and that's nothing new. I do that all the time. But it just struck me. I know he's a bad card player because he lost all his money. And this guy says, oh, you're cheating. You're doing good.
That's so funny.
That's weird. And the other thing is, now we know that it is in modern times because they didn't have earpieces and all that in the 1800s.
I had to read
this
to figure that out.
Yeah, this is in modern times. So Energy Girl is 65 years old at least.
But she's in great shape.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how old her husband is.
I'm 66. Energy Girl, if you're out there, if you're looking for a guy.
There you go. He is available. And wait a minute now. She's married. She's married to Stan Peabody.
Oh,
the worst, best card player in the world.
He doesn't look that old either.
No, he doesn't. But anyway,
he must be on to some
we're not picking on you. It was just something I saw. Please don't
mention Joe Eli Corrales does the coloring on this.
Yeah, this is full color, guys. Full color all the way through.
Beautiful color.
Nice artwork.
You know,
once again, no, I'm not a fan of the outlining, but what do I know?
Joe's influence is right there.
Yeah, this does look a lot like Joe's comics. They're very similar. I don't know how they get them to look so similar, but they do. And all the way through.
And please don't mind our criticisms, but we're just
no, we don't. I don't like to criticize. I'm just curious. I wanted to know
what this does show you folks is that we actually read the books you
paying
send.
Attention.
We read them cover to cover.
Yeah.
And when we comment, we're not just just saying, well, this looks nice, it doesn't look nice. We're giving you our real opinions from having read the books.
Yeah.
Here is this issue. I did enjoy it very much. So.
Here's some drawings that Wiley did.
Some productional drawings.
Yeah.
Kurt Wilkin.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know who did that one. Is that him too?
Clearly very talented.
Yeah. So they show you a little bit what they went through, and it's not easy to make a book like this.
I got Joe sent me a letter.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, you got that letter?
Yeah.
But he says, Mr. Bailey and his fellow artist Kurt Wilkin. I'm not sure. Ken Bailey drew it.
But I think Ken Bailey drew it.
100% sure because it doesn't specify in the issue what Kurt Wilkin's contribution is. I suspect he might be.
I got that hint that he draws the Colonel Chance, but I'm not sure.
Maybe that's it. Like you said, you mentioned that before. Maybe he draws that character.
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong. So these guys, in the comments, you guys let us know if we don't know what we're talking about, which is probably the truth.
Because
normally, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if Ken inked the entire thing or Ken inked his LOs and Kurt inked his LOs.
Could have been that way, yeah.
I mean, it's cohesive. I mean, you can't tell.
You can't tell who did what. It blends right in.
Yeah.
So anyway, a good comic. Let me see how much. This is number 39 for Ken Bailey. So he's got a lot of comics out here. Back here,
I will say,
it shows them.
I gotta say, I like the ending. The bad guys all escape with
jetpacks. Yeah. So again, it's not in the 1800s. It's current.
If you look, I'm sorry, but if you look, they're egging Energy Girl on.
Yeah.
Why don't you? Where's it at? Right here.
They're teasing her. Yeah.
Why don't you fly up there and go after them?
Get them.
Guess what? Not all superheroes can fly.
She doesn't fly. Yeah. But look at all the Energy Girl comics.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
They got a whole history of those going way back.
Yeah. So
a lot of stuff available.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And don't touch that dial. There's more fun and hijinks coming soon. There's a promise of that right here.
And I cannot. Once again, I can't see the price. I don't. Is
it in the letter? No, it's not in the letter.
Not in the front page.
Looks like it's worth like $5 or so.
$5 or $6 anyway. It's full color.
$5 or $6.
There's quite a few pages.
I don't see a price here.
Should be a $5 or $6 comic at least, maybe more.
Definitely.
And they can let us know in the comments how much their comic is. Also.
All in full color.
Yeah, full color comic.
You remember in the early days, it was all in color for a dime.
Yeah.
DC and Marvel Comics. 10
this
cents.
Is more than a dime
all
now.
In color. Newsprint, but inflation has a lot to do with it, I guess. I suspect.
Let's see. There's 19, 23. I'm looking at page numbers now. 29, 30. 30, and then it goes to the story ends at 30 pages, and then there's a few more pages in here.
34 pages or so.
So something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So for whatever the price is, to get a good comic, full color comic, hey, can't go wrong.
Definitely not.
And you can figure out all those goofy questions I had yourself.
And the only info we have on Ken Bailey is we have his email address.
And he's a friend of Joe's.
But nothing else. We don't have his address. We just have his email.
No, we just have Joe's address.
Somewhere in this letter that Joe sent.
Yeah. That's his. Yeah, we can put in his. That's his email address, so it's in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, his email.
I think his
It's
email
not
is
in
in
the
there.
book. It's in the letter.
In the letter, yeah, we'll put it in the description.
cartoonistman32@gmail.com. If you want to order a copy, Ken Bailey,
Yeah,
there you go. There's
that's
the
what I'll do.
contact information. That's all we have at this point.
I'll put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're up to the last one, and I know which one is the last one.
But it's ginormous.
It's PSYCHOZORT by the great Larry Blake. Heavy book. You can't even lift it. I mean, heavy.
200 pages.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's killing me. Oh my God.
And he does have some help he acknowledges he has some help from other people. Yeah. And he acknowledges, of course, his old friend, Tim Corrigan.
Tim Corrigan, yeah.
Larry says he still has some unpublished work from Tim Corrigan.
Yeah.
That he may publish. And this cover is from Tim Corrigan of one of the early.
He dedicates the book to Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that's Tim Corrigan all the way, that artwork, if you know Tim.
Absolutely. That's Tim. I said Tim all the way.
Yeah, that was PSYCHOZORT 6. So that goes back a ways. That goes back a ways.
Hmm? From the 2000s, it reprints issues 6 through something.
Yeah, I remember. I've had a lot of those. I've seen a lot of the work in here before, but it's all combined in one place now.
I just happen to have a few of the original issues here. Now, there's been several versions of this. Larry,
I have a lot of those too.
Comics, and sometimes he publishes stuff.
See the 3 holes? He put mine in a binder and sent me the whole binder. Yeah, he sent me the whole thing.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Well, yours? This issues? He punched 3 holes in this?
No. I'm talking about the ones you have there. I have.
Right. So I
in a binder that he sent me. Yeah.
The ones that he sent in a binder. From the 2000, 2006, 2002, whenever this was, but I got a few issues. I just happened to come across them here. Well, I didn't come across them. I just went looking for them when I got this big giant volume. But
anybody want to know what Larry Blake looks like? There he is, right there.
Well, he played the character Paul Burden in the story. The character it's based
but that's
on
Larry Blake.
Obviously based on Larry Blake, but it's Larry Blake in his late 20s.
Yeah.
And this character never ages, nor does Nightstar, the heroine of the book. If you look on the back cover and you see an older picture of Larry Blake, and this is a friend of his, with whom Nightstar was actually based on.
That girl, yes, I know that.
I can't remember her name, but so they're on the back cover, and the first time I met Larry, he may have been a little older than that picture. Met him at Space a number of times. I met him in Chicago in 1986 and 87. A couple of times. And the thing was, because I've been reading his comics, and it was Larry Blake, and he, he had the Kiss hair, the black hair and everything, and the bell bottoms and the whole bit. And I'm in the lobby at Chicago Con, and I see this guy coming towards me, and I'm like, there was no mistaking Larry Blake. It couldn't be anybody else. Right. Coming towards, that's Larry. Yeah. See the bell bottoms and everything? That's the guy. That's the guy I saw in Chicago. Yep. Now, Larry's had some health issues. I don't know what they are, but I know he's had health issues for a number of years. He has a little problem. He mentioned that he's in a wheelchair. I hope that's not permanent or anything, but he did. But he's got friends. Mention that. Kim Hemmerline is a friend of his, and they're very close. Other people, I think Tom Ahern lives near Larry. Does he? Oh, I think so. Cool. They stay in touch, and he has people who help him out. And I just talked to Larry on the phone a little over a month ago. Had a talk with him. He sounded upbeat. Did he? Good. I hope that he's at Space this year. Well, the thing is, I told him that you and I are going to have a table at Space. folks, Larned and I are going to have a table of space. We're
Yeah.
going to promote your comics. We're going to make a video.
We're going to do a show from there.
And
it won't be live. It will not be live, but
not be live, but it'll be recorded.
But it'll be recorded there. Yeah.
Larned, Larry said he wasn't planning to be at space, but if we're going to be at space,
he would come.
Thinking about going, so we're going to keep leaning on Larry.
Yeah.
Come on.
Unfortunately, Larry does not have a computer. He's not going to see YouTube, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Unless he has some other way. You can see YouTube on a television.
Even this video, I'd like to send him a copy, and
well, it might be if he has access to YouTube on TV, he could see it. But he doesn't use a computer to do anything that I know.
You can look at the artwork here. I mean,
Larry Blake is probably one of the best artists in small press.
Yeah, I mean, he's just as great as ever. Actually, he's better than ever.
Yeah.
Right in the early 70s, he influenced me. He said I influenced him, which is amazing because he's so far beyond me.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be influencing him.
No.
Nope.
But his artwork throughout this issue, like again, it's a reprint issue.
It's a reprint, and
here's a character.
You know what's funny about? Look at what Larry. I mean, he can do things like that too. Look.
Yeah, he can do funny, zany, bizarre stuff.
He doesn't only do the realistic stuff.
Yeah, he does stuff that's like really, really trippy.
Yeah.
But from what he's told me and from what I understand, he's never done drugs in his entire life.
Well, that's good.
He doesn't need to. He has this fantastic.
No, he doesn't need them.
And he never needed that.
Nope.
To produce mind-blowing material, Larry has always been a superlative artist.
And this is
showing there.
Now this book costs $20. You know, but look at it.
Here's Mick Jagger and Richards. Mick with that classic pose, you know. Mick does this thing where he's like, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought,
and that's the pose he has. Now I lost the page. But,
I just saw a video of Billy Joel. Billy Joel, he's like 72 years old. And I saw something on YouTube just recently, a concert that he did like 2 months ago, and he did that song "Start Me Up" by the Stones, and he was doing these Jagger moves.
You know, as old as Mick Jagger is, you can say what you want about drugs and all that. The guy's an athlete. Yeah, he's almost 80 years old, and he's still doing the same thing he did when he was 20.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, you don't do that and be a drug addict. Come on. Right. Who are you kidding?
He's in amazing shape. It's amazing that Keith Richards is still alive.
Yeah.
But Jagger.
I am not entirely sure when I watch Keith Richards that he is alive. I think he is. Look at that.
That's funny. So what's the guy with the giant nose?
The nose. Yeah.
The nose. The nose.
Yeah.
I mean, this is story by story.
Don't pick on me, punk, is what he says. Don't pick on me, punk.
There's too much of there's 200 pages. We don't have time to get into detail.
No, we can't do it all, but it's for you to enjoy if you.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take forever to read this. There's all kinds of little stuff in here.
It took me like 2 nights to read this.
Oh, it
took me like a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's, this is totally worth it. It's $20, folks. You can get this from Larry himself for $20. You might send a little extra for postage. He doesn't ask for postage money, but I would if I was you. Mm-hmm. In fact, I ordered an extra copy for Larned, and I sent him an extra $5.
You did? I didn't know that.
You already told me, because I said, can you send a copy to Larned? And he says, I'll send him a free copy, no problem. I said, Larry, I want to pay. I want to pay for this. So I did it because.
Oh, I did not know that, Steve. Yeah. You didn't have to. You could have let me know.
He would have sent it for free. But he's such a great pal. And after all these years and everything, and what he's been through and everything,
and
I said
a lot of illness. I never knew what the illness was, but I know he was sick a lot. Too bad.
Right.
Yeah.
He has. It's tough, but he's actually doing a lot better right now.
Is he? Well, how old is he? Do you know?
Well, I'm 60. He's about 70.
He's about 70?
Yeah.
Really? You think so?
69 or 70.
Oh,
He's
okay.
around that. He's about 4 years older than me, and I'm 66. So.
Okay.
But when I heard him on the phone, his voice sounded strong. He sounded, and we talked for like 2 hours. We talked for a long time. And he was in, like I say, great spirits, and he sounded very upbeat. He has a lot of plans. He just wants
maybe he'll have
comics.
Maybe one of his friends can, carry the books and stuff into the show for him, and maybe he can make it.
Well, he said he'd like to go. Now that
we'll see.
We're going to be there, and that's cool.
Why wouldn't you go if we're going to be there?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Shoot, man.
Well, we have come to the end of another jam-packed show. Wow. That was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And if you guys send more comics, we'll be back in doing them.
As I said, I expect there'll be at least one more show
before you go to California. Yeah.
So it's generally about every 2 weeks.
I was thinking of going to California with you so we could do a show, but then I thought, maybe he doesn't want my company.
Nah.
You going to see his girlfriend.
You want. Just let me know. I'll pay for the Amtrak. I'm gonna get
on the locomotive from here.
Right.
Take a ride out there.
I took Amtrak to North Carolina many years ago.
Yeah.
Like 30, 40 years ago to visit my family up there from Florida. It took like 3 days, and I was in a seat the whole time.
Oh my God! How do you sleep?
It was tough.
Oh my gosh!
Man. 3 days and without a shower. It was hard.
It's a shame that this country has left the railroads go to heck.
I'd like to try it again, but in a passenger car,
Yeah, there are those. They're not cheap though, Steve. It's expensive.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's expensive to ride the train. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And the bus is just miserable.
No, forget the bus.
Take a bus.
I've done that before too.
Yeah, me too. Oh boy. No, thank you. I want to drive to Columbus, which is quite a drive. But my wife doesn't want me to drive alone because she thinks I'll fall asleep or something.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for somebody to ride with me from here. And I've talked to a couple people, but no solid answers yet.
Well, I could catch a plane there.
Yeah, and ride with me. I could drive, but that would just be, would it save you any money? I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's probably just as expensive to go to Columbus. Huh?
We're discussing stuff.
Yeah, what are we talking? We should be ending this and talking about this afterwards.
Is there an airport near you?
Yeah, absolutely, not far at all. I've been there a billion times.
Well, we got till June to work this out, but we're going to be at Space, folks. Space Con. That should be a heck of a video and a heck of a great time too.
I think so. So we're going to sign off right now before this thing runs out of time again. And we will see you in the next one. So keep watching and watch those bell notifications. And we'll be back sooner or later. See ya.
Subscribe.